Flosstube. Welcome back. It is, what day is today? I don't even know what today is. Tuesday, June 9th.
Tuesday.
Coming at you. Sorry that we are late this week. I'm just going to preface by saying that don't plan on any consistency from us, ever. We are not going to be that Flosstube channel that is consistently coming back week after week. And we're sorry. And it's, you know what? It's my fault. I'm taking full responsibility for this. It's my fault. So thanks for being patient with us. And thank you all who are new and new subscribers, because we made it to 2,000. What? Yeah.
Remember when we were like, wouldn't it be cool if we had like 200 people watching us?
It is.
Unbelievable.
It's awesome. I can't believe it. I can't believe we made it to this point. So thank you, everyone, for subscribing and continuing to come back and watch us and like us. And I know that people get weirded out about calling people fans, and I would never call anyone our fans. Like, let's be honest, we're not that pompous.
We're friends.
We're friends, and it's awesome that you choose to come and hang out with us when you have some time. So thanks. We appreciate it. So best new thing this week. Erica, let's start with you, since you're on this side of my computer screen where it'll just be easy to remember.
Okay, mine's a two-parter. It's very short. Two exciting things for my children this week. Yesterday, I registered my oldest son for kindergarten, which is so scary. And he said he's not going to go, but I was like, yeah, you are.
We're going to go.
It's like, I'm not doing
What,
that.
he's just going to stay home? He's like, I'm not going.
Well, he's already ready for his career. See, he wants to be a farmer. He has his plans. He's like, so I'm going to be 5. He's going to be 5 in August. He's like, I'll be 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, teenager, grown up, done. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, it is that quick.
Yeah.
So kindergarten, yay, it's a big deal. And then the baby is 6 months old now, and he just tonight we gave him some solid food, like some rice cereal, and dude was into it. Like, he was like grabbing the spoon and like, ah!
That's awesome.
And he was really angry when we would like pause between bites. So like I would be getting some more on the spoon. He's like, like totally angry. We're like, calm down, man, calm down. So he's very excited about it. It's very funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so good things for little people.
Yeah, you got to feed that baby. He's a big one. He needs all that fuel. Yeah. You and Aaron make big babies.
I keep calling him a sturdy little fellow, and he gives me this like huge smile. It makes me laugh.
He is sturdy, solid.
Aaron, what's your best new thing this week?
So my couch came in, and I've been sitting on it every morning and every night out front. It's just a little love seat. I keep calling it a couch, but it's been like Ellie's been getting up at like 5:45, so her and I go sit out there and have my cup of coffee.
That's awesome.
And she screams and wakes up all the neighbors. And then at nighttime what's that?
Free alarm clocks. Why not?
Yeah, that's how I think of it. And then at nighttime I sit out there with my cross stitching. I put my feet up and I watch Wheel of Fortune, and it is the happiest of happy places. It's amazing.
I love that.
So you guys, someone needs to come over and stitch with me on my front porch and have
I told Aaron, I said, don't be surprised if you walk out one day and I'm just sitting there stitching.
Yeah. Listen, I told you what it will take to get me over to your house.
Oh my God, I would love it.
Stitching, sushi for lunch. I'm there. Like,
oh my God.
All
yes,
the things.
This will be happening very soon. All the things.
So amazing. Awesome. I'm so happy. And the couch is super cute. And you have like a little blue cushion.
Oh, thank you.
It looks so nice. Yeah. Jody, what's your best new thing this week?
So we found a new hike this week, which I loved. Actually, we went over the weekend and Kristen and Jason came and we took all the dogs and the girls and it was perfect. We've been doing a lot of hiking on the weekends with Mila, and I have found that not every hike is very kid friendly. Like a lot of them, like a lot of the trails will like have like crazy drops or like, uneven surfaces, and it's a little bit difficult with little ones and dogs, and it's crazy. So this one was perfect, and there was a waterfall halfway through, so that was super fun. The kids splashed around in the water, super wide trail, easy hike for the kids, and we had a blast with the Plotners, and we'll definitely be going back. So that's my new favorite hiking spot.
And we went early, so
we went early,
super
which
crowded.
is a must.
On our way back.
How early?
We went at
like 8:30. Yeah.
Oh, that's not that bad.
I mean, my kids wake up at 5:55, so it wasn't really early for us. But on the way back, there was a ton of people coming in, so definitely have to get there early. But it was so worth it.
It was, and
That's
the
cool.
park was called what? Fall Run.
Fall Run Park. Yep.
In Glenshaw, for any of you folks that are near the Pittsburgh area, if you're looking for a place to go.
I've always meant to go there.
My not most favorite thing right now is that I got super glue on my fingers and my phone doesn't recognize me right now, and my fingers feel so funky, like I can't even concentrate on anything. Ugh,
I
burned your
that.
fingerprint.
Oh, I hate that.
so annoyed.
You're trying to hide from leaving your fingerprints on things.
I know. Now's the time to commit a crime.
Yes.
My best thing this week is we got most of the mulching done. We definitely ran out of mulch. I ordered a dump truck full and it was not enough. So yesterday we had another dump truck delivered and we were able to finish what we wanted to accomplish at least this week. We still have some places that we need to put mulch, but it's not like in a highly visible area. So we'll do that later. But anyway, it was really fun. And we went kayaking this weekend. So Sunday.
Oh, fun.
We went to Raccoon Creek State Park, which is only like 25 minutes now from our house, which was amazing. We went kayaking in the morning and then came home and did mulching all day. So it was good just to be outside and not focused on like school and craziness and stuff. So the weather has been really nice here in Pittsburgh. It's been hot. Today was like really hot and humid.
Really hot.
But it's supposed to cool down this weekend. It's supposed to be like 75 and just sunny. So we'll get a reprieve from humidity. So all good things. It's not snowing, so I don't want to complain about it. Because
there it is
in the winter about how cold it is. And all right, so what do we do for stitching this week? Erica, what you got?
As I mentioned last week, that would have been last week, right? Yes, beginning of June. I'm working on finishing blocks from some of my stitch alongs, and I am still working. I started last week, and I'm still working on the tapir block from Into the Jungle.
Ooh.
Here.
You got pretty far.
I'm not ashamed to say that I have no idea what a tapir is. And
I
when
had
I
to
looked at
Google
that
it.
block, I was like, no clue what this is.
I had to Google it.
I mean, I don't think they're the most well-known creature, right? I mean, at least
I'm
not to
glad
me.
Jody was with me on that.
I mean, let's be real. My tapir knowledge comes from a book where that tapir drives the jam truck. So realistic.
Are there tapirs at the Pittsburgh Zoo?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well then I wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Her knowledge stops at the Pittsburgh Zoo.
Yeah. So yes, I got most of this is like the mama, and this is like the mama's body, I think, and this is like her head, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. And then like the vegetation here, and there's a baby that's gonna be here, and then like grass along the bottom. It should be, hopefully, I would like to have it done by the end of the week because I really wanted to only spend like a week on it, but I want to finish it, so I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. Now it's gonna look good. And
Do
then
you find
blocks.
that the vegetation takes forever to stitch on those blocks?
Yes.
What is that? It's not that much, but it
No.
takes forever to do the
Is it
vegetation
different
for some
colors?
reason.
There's
Maybe
different.
is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 greens. And then a brown usually thrown in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That, I mean, like that
So-
big white body probably was like a breeze to stitch. You just
Yeah.
right along on that.
Yeah. As long as I was paying attention, it was fine.
Very nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that fabric. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Is that all you stitched this week?
Yep. Yep.
But you're doing other things that we can't talk about right now, so it's fine.
Yes.
You have a lot of other crafty things
Yes,
that
you
are
have a lot
happening.
of projects.
My sewing desk area right now is a disaster. Like there's like stuff everywhere.
Guys, I cannot wait for you to see what Erica has been up to.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Love it. Erin, what'd you stitch this week? Are you working?
Okay, so I'm not doing Halloween. My major June goal is to finish a few things. The stuff that I'll show you. But I was like, I felt like I did so much for Mania and I stuck with it that I was like, I just need a month to like do whatever I want and then I'll get into Christmas. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So, okay, I don't have this in a very good order right now. So the first thing I stitched was Positivity Rules. I did start it.
Oh, that's looking.
That's
Woo! The fabric is sparkly, right?
It is. Oh, that fell. It is super sparkly. Here's my problem with this fabric. I love this fabric. It's from Kristen, help me out. Yeah, Bestitch Me. Thank you. The problem is that it's so soft. Is that what I'm looking for? That sometimes you split the stitch without realizing it.
Oh.
So I've gotten it into the wrong hole, like in the middle of a hole instead of a hole, like in between 2 holes. And then my counting's off. That's happened twice.
Oh. Like all around the hole, except in the hole.
Yeah, because it's so soft, and it might be because it's so light. I don't know what the other reason is, because I've never had that problem before, but I just have to really focus when I'm stitching, that's all. But look how cute the needle minder looks on it.
It looks so cute. It definitely will do that on linen sometimes. Like if you don't do your miss stitch, it's easy to do, but that's interesting that on Ada you're splitting the stitch.
It's such a soft fabric.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's good though. I like it.
Yeah.
So the next one I'm doing is a super fun project. Have we talked about our Lizzie, our Friends for All Seasons?
We only showed the pattern, but of course we haven't seen the progress.
Right.
Well, I'm the first person to stitch it. So I've started it. Here's the pattern for any friends that don't remember. So we're doing I have 4 pieces of Ada. They're all in here. And I've started, the first one is in this corner. I stitched one of them and then put my initials. So whoever gets it will remember like who stitched what. And I'm stitching the second one.
Look at that.
So yeah. So then I'll stitch the third one and the fourth one. And when I do the fourth one, I'll also put the words in.
Gotcha.
And then we each get to pick one of the jewels or whatever, and that one will go on the one that we keep.
I love it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And it's a really quick, easy stitch. When you get it too, I think it looks more cumbersome, but when you start stitching it, it's like that block that's it. It's real tiny.
It's so cute. I love
It's
that.
not bad. So this I really want to get done. I think I could get this done in a couple days, but I keep coming up with these other projects and getting sidetracked. I worked on this one.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I started the blue, and that's the last thing I have to do.
That looks awesome.
Thanks. It's fun to take this out and sit on my couch with it because I don't have to have a pattern.
Right.
It's really quick. Yeah. That's been my favorite thing. And then the last thing I started was my Yonder.
Oh, that little house.
Oh, it's so
I dropped the pattern. Hold on, let me grab it so that we can remember. This is what the pattern looks like.
freaking cute.
So cute.
So yeah, I started that house I just did today. And then that part.
I love your fabric for that.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
It is not easy to count linen. So counting down there, I was like, I must have counted 20 times. That's the reason I got so little done on this.
Told you so.
Oh,
It's such a pain.
oh, please.
I love it. Once you get it going, it's fine. But man, counting it and then making sure that you're on the same line, you know what I mean? And that you haven't like gone down a half a count or something. Or that would stink to find out.
Nightmares.
Awesome.
Making it.
Progress.
But then I also had to start and finish, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
And your finishes. All right, Jody, what'd you stitch on this week? Please tell me.
I still worked on my birds, and I think I have like one sitting left of it.
Jody!
So I have like this branch and like a tiny thin branch up here, and then I'll be done.
Wow.
Oh, Jody.
And I love
it.
I love it so much.
Wow.
So wonderful.
my
I'm so
Bird.
proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself because I've bought like so much shit and like so many patterns, and I'm like, I just want to start something so bad, but I know if I do that, I will not come back to this for a very long time. So I'm sticking to it. I think I have like a couple more hours left and I will be done with it. So
Yay.
that's, and I did a lot of fabric dyeing this week, so I'll show that with my finishes, but that also took up some of my time because I was like, well, I kind of want to do something like stitchy, but if I wasn't stitching, if I wasn't working on this, I didn't want to work on another start. So I just dyed fabric instead.
Yeah, which is
Smart. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
So that's it.
awesome.
Yay.
I had a start and a finish this week.
Ooh.
E1, so don't get too excited. Nothing big. And I did buy a new pattern. I saw it on, I think it was it Cross Stitch Unlimited on Facebook. I think it was that group, or it was like, maybe it was one of those groups on Facebook that I'm a part of. And anyway, somebody had posted this and I saw it and it's Beaker and it says Meepers on a Meep. And I was like,
I love it.
that, okay? So, but I hate the fabric that this picture is stitched on. Not, don't like that. So I went upstairs into the craft room, raided my stash, and lo and behold, I had the most perfect piece of fabric, like perfect for this. So I pulled my colors and look how
Yes.
Good. That's magical Erica fabric.
So yes, hand dyed by Erica. This is an ice dyed piece of fabric that she made for me. It is a piece of Ada, but it's just coming along. I love it so much.
His little face. It's so good.
Isn't it so good? I love him so much. So this one is just super fun. This is like my relaxation piece at night when I really don't want to have to like do anything intense. I just stitch on Beaker and he meeps. So love him. I did put a couple more stitches, not many, into my Halloween town. I started working on this house here.
That fabric.
But that was slow going, but that's okay. And then that's all that I had other than my little start and finish this week.
Why is that one slow going if it's like all black? Do you think it's because it's on 40 count?
I'm just not stitching it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's slow going because I'm just not putting time into it.
Got it.
When I do put time into it, I feel like it goes really fast.
Okay.
Because it is one color and it's on 40 count, so it's only one strand of floss. So I feel like I'm stitching really fast. But I've just been working on my Beaker pattern and I just, Haven't had that much time to stitch, unfortunately.
Hey, can I ask you a technical question? When you cut for one strand, because I'm having to do that a lot with my thicker floss, my pearl. How long do you cut a piece? How long would you say?
Not long at all. And the reason for that is that I feel, well, let me see if I have a piece that I've cut that can kind of give an indication. See, like I even think that it's hard to see.
Oh,
but
I can see. Yeah.
It's too long when it's just one strand.
Now, but that's wrapped over, so that becomes two, right?
I would probably do half of this. And the reason for that is that I think with one strand, you're more likely to get knots. I feel like my one strand is not really fast. So if I don't keep it that long, I feel like I just don't get that many knots in it.
But wait, you're not folding it over to become two strands.
No.
You just have a little tail and it's one strand.
And then I'm using the pin stitch on the front in order to start it. So I don't have a tail in the back, which you can. I've done that too. Like where I've had my, I've held it with my finger, and then as I've been stitching, I kind of work this tail underneath.
That's how I do it.
But I do like using the pin stitch just because I don't have to keep flipping my fabric front and back. I can start it and stop it on the front. So
that makes starting with a new piece of floss go faster.
I mean, I would say that the pin stitch isn't a faster technique. I think the pin stitch is a more secure technique than using the stitching your tail.
Interesting.
Because there's really
no the pin stitch
out. Like when you're doing a pin stitch, the way that I do it is especially on linen, I work from bottom left corner to top right corner, and I go into the middle. So like I'll start from the front, I'll go through the front into the middle hole, and I'll leave myself a tail about this long. I then come up in my upper right corner and back through the middle, still holding on to that tail. Then I come through the bottom left corner, come up, go back through the middle, and then I start my next leg. So I start like my next cross. Once I get a couple stitches in, I go back and I trim that tail off from the front with a really sharp pair of scissors as close to the fabric as I can get. And what that does is your thread is super secure because you've kind of like wrapped it and weaved it rather than leaving a tail.
Okay, I get it. Okay, that makes sense. I like that.
Different from how I do the pin stitch, which is very fascinating to me.
Yeah, and I've done the pin stitch on Ada too, where I've come up like I've gone through and I've repeated that process, almost like kind of like wrapping it. I don't know. I can show you guys next time I see you, or if we ever do like a tutorial video, I'll show you how I do my pin stitch, but it works and I've never had a thread fall out. And it also keeps my back super clean because there's no tails ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Real fancy. Kind of hard though. If I'm stitching in hand, it's harder to do the pin stitch when I'm stitching in hand because it's like a lot of back and forth, and then you've got to hold the tail, and then like you're trying to do it and everything's in your hand. When it's on the Q-snap and I have it in my stand, like I'm so much more mobile and like agile because I can use both hands to kind of hold and maneuver things. When I'm stitching in hand, like this hand is holding the fabric. It's kind of hard to like hold a tail at the same time. So, but that's how I do it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk finishes. Erica, did you have any finishes this week? Not cross stitch related.
Well, cross stitch adjacent.
Cross stitch adjacent. Yes.
Yes.
Cross stitch inspired. Erin, what about you?
So I was inspired by Jody's wooden pre-framed Ada things. I thought those are cute. I have an idea of something I can do with them. I make a lot of these like handprint arts that I send to family and friends. Handprint and footprint arts. It's something I do like every few months. So I thought you could do it on one of those pieces. So I did. I'm really happy with how these turned out.
So good.
So that one's Aria's and that one's Allie's. Look at her chubby little hand, you guys.
It's the cutest thing ever.
Aria's is like so dynamic, and then there's this jumpster.
Just like a blob.
So cute though. So I did record like a little tutorial that we'll post at some point. Just like a quick how-to. It's so simple. I mean, there's like nothing to it. So highly recommend.
I'm totally doing it. I bought some framed Ada, and I told Dominic that we were going to do this. And I was like, let's make it be a Father's Day present. And he was like, that sounds great. So
Yeah,
I'm putting,
that
the
was one
heat
of
is
my
on.
thoughts.
But
Erica, you're giving yourself like literal days to sit.
no, Father's Day is like the 21st, so I have a little bit of time.
It's in like a week and a half.
It's in like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Listen,
Sure.
Erica, I have faith in you. Don't let these two discourage you from your
No.
crazy, unrealistic dream.
It is unrealistic. But I like the idea so much. And I think Erin's turned out so beautifully.
Oh,
that I'm
thank
like,
you.
yeah, this is happening. I can totally do
I'm
it.
doing it.
I should do that with the dog's paw prints.
Yes, do a paw print. I think a paw print would be super cute. I think that could work.
I could put
Here's
all-
the thing though, you guys. I hate stitching on this.
I told you again. I told you,
Jody's
Erin,
right.
you don't listen to me.
Jody's. Oh, I was like, well, I mean, it can't be that bad.
It
It's 'cause
sucks.
it sucks. It's not tight at all. And also when you put paint on there and then try to stab through the paint, you have to like push extra hard. And I gave myself this weird cut on my finger that apparently is the finger I used to push. And I kept jabbing myself.
So how much of
Labor
this
of
is
love.
thread and how much of it is blood at this point?
Exactly. Her literal blood went into this
Good
project.
question.
Well, what you could do maybe is if you had a piece of Ada, could you just wrap it on a canvas?
That's what I thought about later. I was like,
Probably.
why did I even do this? I could have just done this on any piece of Ada or linen. You could do it on anything and just frame
It's
it.
cute though, because now you can like secure a ribbon to the back and you don't have to worry about finding like a frame that fits. Like
Yeah.
just stick a ribbon on it and then you can just hang them up. But I hear you, girlfriend. It sucks.
Yeah. I'm just going to stick them on the shelf. Well, and my mom really wants one of each too. And I'm like, God, I don't want to stitch this again. So we'll see.
Do feet. Do feet for your mom.
The problem is Aria's foot's too big.
Oh.
It won't fit within
What about
the like wooden.
Oh.
It would be tight. You're really constrained by how big the hand or foot is.
So I guess in that case, if
Makes
it's
sense.
not going to fit, you would have to just do a regular piece of fabric and then
You
stretch
would
it
have to.
to canvas or something like that
Yeah.
to get that like 3-dimensional look, I guess is what I'm.
Yeah. Which I like. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
What a
that was a
great
big thing
idea.
I did this week.
It's
Thank you.
Yeah. Very creative.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, did you finish anything this week?
I didn't finish anything, but I finished some fabric. So I dyed, I messed around with some ice/microwave dyeing, which is a little different than what I've done before. And I watched a bunch of tutorials and I screwed this up a bunch of times. So all of these pieces were not meant to come out the way that they did, but I love how they came out. So this is the first one I did.
Oh my God. Look at that one.
Okay, so this one I ice dyed with teal and I added yellow. And with ice dyeing, you use powder. So I was picturing like sky teal with like yellow bursts of sunshine. Well, hello, my dumbass didn't realize, I was going to be mixing these colors and blue and yellow make freaking green. So it came out green and it was like blotchy with like yellow weird spots. So then I just used green liquid Rit and mason jarred it.
I love it.
Nice.
So that's how
That was
one
a
came out.
nice rescue because that's beautiful.
Thank you. This one was not a rescue. This one was just mason jar teal.
God.
And I love it. This is, I think, my favorite one. And this one was a total disaster, but it came out amazing. So I did this with orange. And I was like, yes, it's going to be my Halloween orange. I'm going to do something black on it. It turned out incredible. It was like, Kristen, it was as bright as your Bee Stitch Me fabric. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to take these pieces upstairs to the dryer, and I get up to the dryer and I'm carrying them like this because I think they're dry. And my orange has bright blue blotches on it. So I take it back downstairs and I ice dye it with black and yellow to cover the screw up that I had by carrying it next to the blue. So this is what this is what it is.
I mean, it's so cool.
It looks great.
So my bright
so
orange
cool.
turned out like a dirty Halloween, and I actually bought a pattern to put on here, which I'll show you when we get to haul. So
Dirty Halloween, that's a good name for it. I like that.
Yeah, dirty Halloween.
Dirty Halloween.
I love how they came out, and I did a couple more, but they're not as dramatic as that. So, but yeah, I'm excited about it because I actually bought a pattern today specifically for that, so I know I used it.
Oh my God, I love it.
Amazing.
She's a dying wizard, people.
That's true.
Well, thank you.
Well, I had one finish this week, and it's absolutely not as dramatic as Jody's. So I feel a little lame going next, but that's okay. I mean, what are you going to do? So Erin and I went for a walk on Wednesday last week. Was it Wednesday? I don't remember. And she brought me this pattern. I'm sorry, my dogs are playing.
I can just hear the dog, and it just sounds
That is my wet golden retriever running through my craft room. Hey, get downstairs.
It literally sounds like there's a bear in your house. Kristen, is there a bear in your house?
Go downstairs. Hey, go. They're not fighting. They're playing. And I don't know where my husband is to keep track of his dog. Okay, anyway. So I got this pattern from Erin to borrow. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm going to do it. It's small. Halloween. This is the month of Halloween. I'm going to do it for the journal, right? So I had a small little piece of 40 count. It's 40 count Under the Sea Fabrics, and Dappled Hollow is the color. And it took me longer to pull the colors because I had to do a color conversion than it did to stitch the pattern.
Wait, can I tell you the funniest part is it actually comes with like a little thing to put on there too, which now I feel like would overpower.
It would be.
I got to see this in person. It's literally this big.
Put it next to your eye. Your eye helped me, yeah.
I need a magnifying glass to look at it.
So funny.
It's so stinking cute and sweet and tiny. But like I said, it took me longer to pull the thread and then put the thread back in my thread boxes. So, but this was a super fun pattern. So this one is going back to Erin. Actually, it's going to Jody next.
Jody.
And then back to Erin. So thank you, Erin, for letting me borrow that. And it is a Bent Creek pattern called I Believe. So
cute.
So cute. All right. Well, what did we purchase this week? Because I know everyone purchased something. I'm sure.
False.
Erica, is this week
longest streak ever?
Yes. It's like week 3. I got very close this time. Because I really am loving I remember what it's actually called. The Country Cottage Needleworks Welcome to the Forest. It is like 7 pieces. One says Welcome to the Forest, and then there's like 4 little animal scenes and 2 little like cottages. And it's super adorable, and I definitely want all of the things. So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, no, be cool, man. You have so many things to do.
Be cool.
So many. So I didn't go for it, but I love it, and I want to have. It's on my list for like future purchasing. so cute. And there are some other ones that I saw that I'm like, I could buy this, but like, no, be good. So,
I know.
holding out.
Adding it to the cart though scares me because even though I add it to the cart, I feel like I'm gonna forget that I have it in the cart, right? So then I buy it, but then I don't get around to stitching it, or I buy it and I put other things aside because I'm super excited about what I got, and that's why I don't finish anything.
Yep.
So I feel you on that.
Yep.
I wish I had your willpower, my friend.
I mean, it's harder to not buy it when I'm up in the middle of the night with the baby. I'm like, oh, I could just buy this right now, but then I don't. So
yeah. You are very
quick away.
She is strong. Erin,
well, I could
buy this week.
There was like almost all of them from one store on Etsy, and then I was gonna have to like go to a different shop to buy the other one. With the last piece. So I'm like, but then maybe I need fabric and like, so whatever. We'll wait.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
YOLO.
Now.
Fine leather good.
Mimosas.
Erin, what did you buy this week?
So I spent all that money like last week on the box. So I was like, I need to chill for a little bit. That $200 Advent box. So I'm trying to be good. So the only thing I didn't buy it, but that the restored stitchery Bent Creek that you just showed came in. But I had bought that.
That's fun.
But again, that was from Restored Stitchery, which if you haven't checked out that Etsy page, she has some amazing things. And she did write a big smiley face next to Swickly on my envelope because she's also in Swickly.
Oh, that's cool.
That's real cute.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Maybe you can be real life friends at some point.
I looked up where she lives because she put her return address on there. And I was like, oh, I drive by there all the time. I'm like, I want to go find her.
Just be like, hi.
I stitched too.
Remember me?
Giving away any babies.
She's on my route when Ellie was super colicky and we used to just like toss her in the car and go for drives. She's on that route. So I'm like, ooh, I used to drive by there. I want to go there now.
Jody, what'd you buy this week?
All right, so for this fabric, I bought this pattern.
Oh, I don't feel like you showed us this yet. This is so cool.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna do it in glow in the dark.
Nice.
What?
With the thread conditioner.
Yes.
So good.
I'm so pumped.
It's gonna be
pumped.
great.
That's awesome.
That's going to look awesome.
All right, so that's the pattern I bought. I also got new needle minders for all of us. I know that you guys don't really need more needle minders.
Yes, we do.
But I have like 5. So this one's drying. This was my super glue issue, but
yeah, I love them.
So fun.
they're so funny. I saw them. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get those.
Yes.
So
Nice.
when these are all dry and set, they will be delivered. And then we got some Stitchy Kindness this week that was mailed to me from Colleen Fry. She's Moon Pie Fry on her Instagram. So she sent us I love this card so much. So it says, damn, it feels good to be a gangster. And it's like stitched.
Where is that from? Does it say?
There's like nothing on the back. It doesn't have, it looks like
it's
maybe,
cool.
looks like maybe she printed it and cut it out on like cardstock. I can't tell because there's literally like nothing. There's no like barcode or anything. But
That's
like,
brilliant though.
Is this the cutest thing ever?
So
she wrote us a super sweet note, and and then she sent us these. So Erin had talked about this a couple videos ago that she got from Jonathan, and we were all like amazed by it. And what are they called? Do you know?
they're like
gauge something, right?
Gauge?
Corner gauge.
Okay, so remember, these are the things that if you don't want to start in the middle, you can measure 2.5,
That's
and
how
3
I
inches.
measured this one.
There you go. So it's like the coolest thing ever. So anyways, I already saw Kristen, but I got your ladies things here. So those will be delivered as well. So thank you.
That's so
Colleen.
nice.
Thank you.
The sweetest thing ever. And it was just this darling little package that came in my mailbox, and it was such happy mail. So
Well, it's genius.
That's so nice.
That's a little.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Our little like thread.
They really do help
Put your
too. Like it really did help me
Mm-hmm.
it's awesome.
measure it.
Yeah.
I put it in the corner. I put my needle into the center and then started. It was
That's
awesome.
awesome.
A lot of confidence whenever I want to start a pattern in the left-hand corner, which I typically don't, but I wish I would sometimes because I don't know.
And sometimes stitch-alongs come like that. And remember, we complained about that before, and now you don't have to complain. Like now you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Colleen, you're a champ, friend.
I had a real janky one made out of a Post-it note. Or like a card. I like took an index card and I measured like 3 inches and 3 inches, and then I cut it out. So I like made my own little square, but it's not that sturdy. And like, it's not anything that you want to like put in your stitchy box and like take around.
And like there's like holes in it. So if you want to start here, you just stick your needle right through that hole. It's so awesome. I'm awesome. Thank you, Colleen. Very excited about this.
Me too. Okay, what did I buy this week? Oh, I bought my beaker pattern. It was $4, so like, give me a break, okay?
Doesn't even count.
Doesn't
No judgment here. Trust me.
Anything
No
other
one's
than
judging.
anything under $10 doesn't count. I spent a fortune on those boxes to store my thread in because I bought 5 and then I needed more. Anyway, I got all my floss and stuff organized, so I'm all done with that. Plus, of course, I had to buy like the little stickers and I had to buy the little baggies. So
Right.
it was an expensive organizational thing to do, but it's beautiful and I love it. And like my boxes are perfect.
Yay.
I can't get over it.
How many boxes did you end up using?
8. And then the 9th one I'm just using for little miscellaneous thingy storage. So it just looks even on the shelf, but I just have like extra scissors and stuff like that in there. So
I remember when I did mine, I came home with like the Ziploc bags, and my husband gave me such a hard time because he was like, "You don't need this many. There's no possible way you have this many." And I almost didn't have enough boxes. I was on like my last box.
bet
Oh no.
Bet you don't have enough.
I was like, I didn't get enough of these snack things.
I bought 500 index cards.
It was the index cards too. I'm like, there was one other thing. Yeah.
Cards. So like, yeah, it's a lot of thread. It's a lot of thread, and it's more than what you think. But ooh, I love it. So that was fun. Then the other thing that I bought, and I have to thank Michelle Bendy for this. So she had posted on her Instagram a list of Black makers that were doing things artistic and people to go and support during this crazy time, and people that we should be supporting anyway. And I found this lovely woman named Denisha, and she is from Pixieland. It's Pixieland Creative, and she's on Instagram, but it's shop.pixielandcreative on Instagram, and I'll tag her below. But she had a bunch of enamel pins, which y'all know I will just turn an enamel pin into a needle minder faster than I can receive it. And it's super easy. You just snap the post off and glue some magnets to the back. Okay, so you can turn anything into a needle minder, let's be honest. So this is the one that I bought. Older Millennial.
I love it.
And I was reading her description because her description was so funny. It was like, if you survived Y2K and you dreamed about which real world house you would want to live in, you need this needle minder or this pin. And I was like, shut the F up. I'm buying it right now because that is my life. Okay. So thank you, Denisha. I love it so much. But I'll tag her below. But check out her site. She has like mugs and t-shirts and all kinds of funny stuff. And it's like all like quirky little things like this. So
But for real, what real world house would you pick? Seattle, right? We would all pick Seattle, I would assume.
I mean, I guess.
That Seattle house was boss.
It was. And it was, yeah, you're right. I'd go with Seattle.
San Francisco wasn't bad either.
No, San Francisco's good. Jason goes, I was more of a road rules guy. I was like,
oh my God.
Loser. I was like,
not comparable.
Real world house all the over road rules any day of the week, please. Any day. So this was really funny, but I really enjoyed this. So that is all I bought because I was trying to be good and I spent way too much on those boxes. So like Aaron, I felt like I should probably slow down a little bit. Just throw her back. So
trying to even it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to even it out a little bit, trying to ease the pain a little bit. It's okay. All right, so we had a giveaway from 2 weeks ago where we were giving away my bobbin patterns from mybobbin.com. And one of our folks did not reach out to us that was a winner. So Erica is going to take it away and announce who our new winner is.
All right, drum roll, please. Our new winner is Linda Bazarski. Linda.
And if you've heard her name before, it's because you have. If you think, have I heard her name before? Yes, you have. Because she won another giveaway that we were doing. So congrats,
Lucky Linda.
Yeah.
Linda.
It is all luck of the draw, man.
It is. Yeah. I do the random YouTube comment picker, man. I just put in the keyword and I hit start and she came up again. So congratulations.
So, Linda, send us an email and we'll tell you how to get your pattern.
Yes, ma'am. But then we had an even bigger giveaway last week. What was it?
True story. You know, I believe it was an Etsy.
True story.
It's late, people. Okay.
We're losing it.
Yeah, I think it was an Etsy gift card.
Yeah. How much was it for? Do you remember?
Oh, wait.
What?
$50 Etsy gift card. And who?
It's like 10 patterns.
And that's
no.
That's a lot.
If you play it smart, that's for like 1 million patterns. You get like $3 patterns. There you go.
Fabric. That's some fancy floss. That's a pattern. That's a whole kit, people. This is a lot.
That's a new bag. You can get a new project bag.
Ooh.
Yes.
So true. So the lucky winner of this giveaway, start thinking about what you want to get because Diana Blyton, it's coming to you.
Yay!
It's going to have to go a really long way, too.
Yes. All the way. We're going international here. So Diana, email us and we'll hook you up.
Yeah, that was awesome. So congratulations, Diana. I hope you enjoy it. And you have to let us know what you end up buying on Etsy so you can enable all of us and then we can all go buy it too. So that is it for our video tonight. I'd like to say that we will be back at same time, same place next week, but I'm not going to make that promise, like I said. But again, we appreciate you guys coming back and joining us. And
did we want to do? Sorry.
Oh yeah,
we
have
a
giveaway. Yes.
Okay.
We got to come back next week because we have a freaking giveaway. What do we got?
It is Heartstring Sampler, which I know a lot of you out there love.
Oh, yeah.
It's housework is for the birds.
I love that.
You know, that is a true
really
statement.
So if you want to win the pattern, you have to say, I love housework. And you have to tell us what your favorite chore is around the house. Maybe not your favorite chore. It could be your
do you have a favorite?
It's your least favorite chore. I know what mine is. It's vacuuming. I hate it.
Really?
You just got a new vacuum.
I hate it. You know why? Because when I was a kid, and my mom watches these videos, so she can attest to this, that was like my chore when I was a kid. I hated running the vacuum. And it's funny because I knew every day my dad would be home from work at like 3:30. So my sister and I would wait until like 3:15 to start doing our chores, and we would do it as fast as humanly possible. So I've hated vacuuming my entire life. I do it.
I would take vacuuming over cleaning the bathroom any day. It's the bathroom. Ugh.
For sure.
Well,
Yeah.
So if you want to win the heartstring sampler pattern, you have to tell us what your favorite or least favorite chore is, and you have to say, I love housework. That is going to be the key phrase. All right, so that is it for tonight. We will see you guys next time. We love you. Thanks for coming back, and have a good one. Bye.
Bye.